Santa Barbara Baker here, and if you know me, you know I love getting my greens in. And today I have another delicious pizza, making sure you get those daily greens, part of the pizza passionate lifestyle. I have my naturally fermented sourdough recipe all stretched out here, my pizza dough on the marble. The recipe's up on santabarbarabaker.com. I have some fresh mozz down as the base here. Starting off, what kind of greens are we going to get? We got sauteed chard. Along with that, some pine nuts. I put those pine nuts down here with the mozz because they can burn in the oven. I want a nice little roast on the pine nuts, but if you had a burnt pine nut, that flavor is not a good one, at least in my book. So I like to insulate it down here below the greens. But I got that mozz on there as well. We're going pretty generous on the pine nuts today. On to the important part, the greens, the headies. Headband all day. Make sure you get your greens in. That really is part of the healthy lifestyle here. And sauteed chard. Chard in general, it's one of my favorite greens to eat. I play around with different preparations. I've decided, I think my favorite one is sauteed. That's what I have it up here. How do I do that? I break it down with, removing the leaves from the stems, but don't throw those stems away. Those saute up really nicely. Start those out with some onions and garlic, and you get this beautiful, look at the color on that. I'm using Rainbow Chard here, so a whole rainbow of colors, just like we like around here at Santa Barbara Baker. And you can pack it in. This is a whole head of chard, along with half an onion and a couple cloves of garlic, all cooked down. I like to finish it with a little bit of balsamic vinegar at the end, or just some sort of vinegar actually rounds it out real nicely, a little acidic boost there. But this, you can hook it up pretty fatty on this pizza. This is looking bomb. The sauteed, I feel like the flavors come through. It's a little bit more intensified than steamed, which is another way I like to do it. So I'm into it. This is looking really good, loaded up, fatty with the greens here. All right, what are we on to next? Let's clean off a little bit of the greens off my hand here. A little bit of a salty punch from some Pecorino Romano to round out. This is real simple pie, but the flavors are really bold on this one. The Pecorino Romano, it's salty, has a little more like funky flavor, I feel, than Parmigiano Reggiano, but you can never go wrong with the Reggiano. All right, this looks pretty good. A nice just little dusting of the Romano. Finish it off, on a piece like this. A little drizzle of olive oil is good. And I'll hit it with a little bit once I get it onto my peeler. A little salt and pepper. Load it up into the Ooni Koda 16. I have that heated up outside, but I turned it down when I started stretching here. That's how I like to do my bake. I'll meet you out at the oven. It's pizza time. Loading up our sauteed chard and pine nut pizza into the Ooni Koda 16. Go for always the full preheat, and by full preheat, that means at least 30 minutes around here. Get that oven nice and hot, even if you're turning it down to go for a little bit longer bake. That's how I've been liking it lately. Just kind of skipping that ultra low zone, just going for a low, which we have set on now. We turn that down when we were stretching, and I just go the whole bake like that. I don't time it. We're probably shooting around a 3-minute bake here, but let's see here. This crust is puffing up nicely. Thinking about my first turn here. Some big bubbles. Always a little sketchy with those big bubbles. Those can burn pretty quick. Probably get this thing spinning here. Free up the bottom. Looking pretty good. All right, let's go in for our first turn here. Just spinning the pizza gently. About a quarter turn here. Moving the crust. Oh, to see it's a little bit dark bubble there, so we'll turn it a little more. So far, so good. The crust is puffing up really nice. A batch of my sourdough. That recipe is up on santabarbarabaker.com, along with all my recipes. More details on that kale. Or excuse me, it's not kale. Kale would be good here too. The rainbow chard, though, cooks up beautifully. All the details on that recipe, santabarbarabaker.com. That's the blog. Get another turn going here. This pizza's looking really good. That bubble is going to burn that huge one that popped up, but that's the way you go. I'm always debating, do I pop that when I'm stretching or not, because they burn the oven. It's a debate, because the whole thing, you pop them, you kind of end up with a hole, like a spot in your crust. Looks like it's missing something, so that's not good either. So around the house here, I oftentimes just leave them. It really depends on the day. This piece is cooking up really nice. Could maybe do a couple more turns here. I'm looking for a nice browning, which I'm getting here. Always keep an eye. I'm gonna spin this pizza a little bit more as we're finishing up. After it's nice and set. It's looking really good so far here. A little bit light back there. Maybe a little bit too soon on that turn, but I'm sketching. Those bubbles that popped up are burning. But I think we're gonna be okay. It's gonna be a delicious pizza. I have faith. Keep this thing spinning here. I can smell it baking up. Those bubbles burning a little bit. Ooh, one on fire there. You gotta watch that. Look at that, smoking up. Little bit too much activity. You gotta be careful on that. That thing was flaming up. We can just hang it here off the edge of the oven as this thing finishing up. Catching the pizza on fire, never a good thing, but we'll finish it off here. Otherwise, the pizza looks really delicious. Look at that crust browning up. Really nice here. You can just kind of hang it off the edge of this oven, or the edge of the mouth of the oven if you got some burning spots like might do here. But I'm seeing it's like checking the bottom here. Is just finishing up, looking really good. I think we're about done on this one. All right, let me pull it out, take a look. A little bit pale back there, and I can feel picking it up, it sagged a little bit. We're looking for a crispier bottom here. So far, so good. I'm just sketching on that. I don't want it to burn too much. Here, looking really nice. All right, this thing's got to be the home stretch. This is where, maybe ultra low would have been nice to finish it off to get a little bit crispier bottom with those bubbles burning, but I think we're going to be okay. It's looking really nice here. This thing is got to be done. And take another peek. I didn't like that little light part in the back here. Oh, let's go a little bit more, making sure it doesn't burn. Maybe give it one more little spin here. Finishing up, I can see it smoking up that burning bubble. It's all good though. It's pizza. I mean, we're making pizza in our backyard here. How could you not have a good time? All right, let's call this thing. This thing's got to be done. Checking that bottom. All right, it's good. Maybe I went a little bit too long. Let's see that bottom there. Oh, it looks so good. Can you guys see it on there? People are always asking for the bottom shots. Nice brown bottom in the Ooni Koda 16. Get it onto the rack. Let it hang out. An important thing here too, I didn't mention. The final little finishing move on the charred pizza is headies. This is the time. Bust out some of that dank balsamic. Or some whatever heady vinegar you like. A little drizz on top. We'll do that before we finish up here, but let's see if we can get a little bit more of the bottom. I really don't like picking it up sometimes before because you get the toppings moving around, but we'll get this thing sliced up. We'll take a look. We'll meet you at the booth. It's pizza time. This pizza smells absolutely delicious. Our chard sauteed up there with a little bit of onions, garlic, pine nuts, some fresh mozzarella, a Pecorino Romano, and then finish with a nice drizz of some nice balsamic vinegar to round out the flavors. A little vinegar with the chard, I feel is so nice. The bake overall, we got mixed things here. I think it was nice. I like the browning here. The crust puffed up really nice. We had some big bubbles. I noticed those when I was stretching. It's a debate on that. When you're stretching, do you pop those? You can pop them, but then you kind of, like I was mentioning, the bake, you end up with almost like a little hole, like a missing part of your crust. A little thin there. Other trade-off, you get big burnt bubbles. Can't have it all. Maybe that's why you just keep an eye on your dough as it's fermenting and hope that you don't get the giant ones. But overall though, man, we're just enjoying some delicious pizza at home. So how'd you go wrong? Let's pick this thing up and let's check out the bottom. It looks dank to me, a little bit crispier bottom. That's what we like to go for. Not quite Neapolitan. We're baking longer. That's the Santa Barbara baker style that I like, a little hybrid variation. Crust looks really nice. The whole structure looking really good. Holding up, we dumped a whole bunch of that chard on here. Got to get our green team in here at Santa Barbara Baker. Let's get in this thing, give it a try. It looks so dank. Wow, this is a really delicious pizza. I feel like this is maybe you could bust this one out for the fancy date night. It almost has a little, I don't know, I like it. It feels a little fancier with that chard. Not much, there's not a whole lot of ingredients here, but the flavors are really strong. The chard, that's one of the stronger ingredients. The garlic and the onions, so delicious. That Pecorino Romano, that blast of salt, so bomb. Acidity hitting with the balsamic vinegar, delicious. All baked up on the signature sourdough recipe up at santabarbarabaker.com. The crust baked up really nicely today. I really like it. This is a 350 gram dough ball, a little bit bigger. I like that size for this fatty 14-inch with a nice puffy crust. I'm into it. Hope you guys enjoy this pizza. This is a delicious one as far as I'm concerned. Let me know what you think down in the comments. How do you get your greens in? Do you put them on your pizza? I think that's a good way to go. I love you all. Keep dreaming about pizza, making pizza, getting into that pizza passionate lifestyle. Keeping it real. I love you all. One love.